And tonight, we're talking about lessons learned from those who survived the storm at Florida's Mexico Beach. It's been more than 9 months since that part of the Panhandle took a direct hit from a Category 5 hurricane.
And if you look over here, this is what it looked like just days after Hurricane Michael. This was a small beachside community. They are, of course, still working to recover. And the storm was huge. Take a look at this. By the time the storm's eye reached shore, the outer bands were well into northern Georgia. Tonight, First Coast News anchor Heather Crawford and meteorologist Lauren Rautenkrantz are joining us live from Florida's Mexico Beach. And I guess here people want to see how they're doing, but also any lessons that we can learn from those folks.
A lot of lessons that we can learn, Jeannie. You know, I was here in Mexico Beach the day after Hurricane Michael hit, and I will never forget that feeling of driving into this small town, seeing homes literally in the middle of the road with boats next to them, feeling like we had just entered a third world country. It was a surreal feeling. And now, all these months later, we're back here and you can see devastation like what's right behind us is still all around us. But Lauren, we, talking to the people in this community, have seen just how resilient they are and how determined they are to rebuild.
And you know what, speaking of never forgetting, I was actually in the Weather Center and I'll never forget the feeling as a meteorologist, you know, seeing a storm that you really only ever read about in the textbooks. But, you know, Mexico Beach was founded back in 1949, so 70 years of many tropical storms and hurricanes. Unfortunately, though, Michael, the strongest they've ever seen.
And so usually this time of the year, in peak summer months, there's about 3,000 to 5,000 people here in Mexico Beach. This year, though, there's only about 400.
80% of our city was destroyed. We had the 17.5-foot storm surge, 160-mile-an-hour winds, and Mexico Beach is not made for that.
In the 6 decades Mayor Al Cathey's lived in Mexico Beach, he has never seen a storm cause as much destruction as Hurricane Michael.
It sort of took me to my knees. Every landmark for 66 years that I had known, Frank on the certain corner with the blue roof, that's how we describe things. And there was no Frank on the corner with a blue roof. My older son's house was gone. Our business was gone. And I'm the mayor.
The Category 5 storm that rapidly intensified last October left this quaint, laid-back beach town in a pile of debris. Now, nearly 10 months later, while progress has been made, there are still years of work to be done here.
You draw the short straw sometimes. That's what happened to us. We just, we lost so much of our city. Not only our homes and possessions, but citywide. We lost our water tank, we lost our fire department, our police department building.
While he now operates his Ace hardware store out of a warehouse, nearby a popular restaurant has reopened in a food truck. Others, though, like the Fish House, are still shut down.
Like so many other people here, the insurance company hasn't paid their claims. They're fighting with bills. They're, you know, oh, was it wind? Was it water? And all the companies are giving them such a hard time to pay out their claims. And people think that it's going to be rebuilt fast, but we're still struggling.
But the people here are resilient and determined to return Mexico Beach to what it once was.
We aren't going anywhere. We're going to have the same quaint, unique, charming little town that we had, and that our quality of life is not for sale, and it won't be for sale, and we're going to stay true to who we are.
Now, the big lesson the mayor told me he learned through all of this is that you need to be ready. And when you're told to evacuate, leave. He said the bottom line is that you can't control Mother Nature. And if you wait too long, it may be too late to get out. And that, Lauren, is what we're hearing over and over again.
And you know what? Everyone has a story to tell here. Lots of stories of survival, of hope. But coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to take you to the beach to show you how this community is rebuilding. Live in Mexico Beach for Heather Crawford, I'm meteorologist Lauren Rautenkrantz. Back to you.